Geeky the Tango.
Hey guys, Geeky the Tango here, and I am coming to you live at 4 in the morning because I have an awesome Transformer to show you. So yesterday was my birthday. Went out, had a bunch of pizza, cake, awesome presents, came home and got this super cool gift of one of my favorite characters from the Transformers universe of all time, Hotrod, and the 30th anniversary edition of the movie where he was introduced, Transformers the movie from the 1980s. So probably my top 3 Transformers in no particular order would be Hotrod, Grimlock, and Soundwave. So you can imagine how pumped I was to see this new edition, which I didn't even know was out. So if you take a look here at the movie, you can see Hotrod is here sitting below Optimus Prime. Actually, he's kneeling, and he looks super cool. And again, this is the 30th anniversary edition, has some cool features, and it is this metal collector's case. So really neat etching on it. Really nice to have in my collection. And this figure just really tops it all off. So again, Hotrod, one of my favorite characters ever. And he just looks super cool the way they modernized them. So let's take a look at the back here at the packaging. And you can see this is actually part of the Titan Master series, so Titans Return. And the Titans are these tiny robots that turn into the heads and power up the Transformers. So kind of like the Minicon kind of setup, but a little bit different. There was actually a toy line once called the Headmasters, so it's kind of similar. Let's open this up and check it out. So it comes with this really cool collectible artwork card, and really digging this. I like the flames and the sparks and everything in the background, and he looks super strong. And on the back, this is neat. It shows all the stats. So his strength, his speed, his intelligence, and I don't know what this is, his firepower. And then how it increases when FIREDRIVE is attached to them. So very cool. I used to love when that was on the package, and I got toys when I was younger. So here he is in his robot form. Nice detail. Loving the dual laser cannons. And the paint is a little bit more red than I remember for Hotrod. So the paint job is more red. It's not as magenta. But again, they're modernizing him, so I think it's cool. Love that they kept the flame on the chest piece though, and it actually has an engine block, which is cool. But these shoulders are huge. The shoulders on this guy, you almost block off the spoiler. But it does make him look very strong. And same thing with the head. The head is a little bit different on the helmet. Almost has like ears. But again, it makes him look more masculine and very strong. So before we transform him, we actually we have to take the head off and turn it into the Titan. So our guy, his name is FIREDRIVE. And these little Titan Masters, they're pretty simple. They fold open and the legs are fused. You can pull up the 2 arms, and he has a little teeny tiny face that you turn. So again, he's pretty small, but that is cool because you'll see with these Transformers, there's a lot of different things you can do with the little Titan. They can go inside of the Transformers in some cases. They can stand on them. They have other things they can do. So for playing, I think it definitely adds a cool element that you can use. So we'll set him aside and try to transform Hotrod here into his car form. And I'm doing this here without any instructions. So I was just trying to do it on my own and see how intuitive it was. And it was pretty easy. There's just a couple of things that can hang you up sometimes. One of them is the hands. you have to make sure you turn the hands in. And then the legs, you got to make sure that you twist at the torso before folding it over, or else it just won't line up right. And if you can do that, it's just, you just have to move it a little bit to make sure you get everything straight, and then walk down the spoiler, and you're good. So there you go. Awesome, awesome looking car. Can't wait to have this in my office on display, but I know it looks so awesome, my little guy is going to want to play with it right away. So very cool. Definitely looks like Hotrod. If you saw this and you knew of the Hotrod character in the 80s, you couldn't mistake it. But I like the exhaust pipes out the side. The spoiler looks very cool. Nice job on this. It looks a little bit more aerodynamic than the old one, which is a good thing. So here we can open up this window, and there's a little cockpit where FIREDRIVE can sit down, and you can play with him driving it, or even if you just wanted to keep him there while you put the toy away, or if you put it on your desk or something like I'm probably going to do. So he fits nicely in there. So that's cool for keeping it or for playing. And if you ever saw the original movie, you know Daniel sat in there, so some other different things you could play with it. The spikes on the top, I think you could set some of the Titans on that as well, and then you could have some guys riding on the top and riding inside. You just gotta get this guy a little bit better in there, straighten him out. And there we go, locked into place. Cool. So again, this is a really cool looking car. And you can actually take the two laser cannons and you can set them on the side of the front wheels, so it just looks like he's driving into battle and he's got his firepower ready to go. Pretty neat. And if you want, you can actually take the two laser cannons and put them together and make one really big laser cannon that you can mount on the engine block here, and then you can have one of the Titans sit inside of it. So again, I like that there's a lot of different ways that you could do this character and have him on display or play with him. So check that out. He's ready if he runs into Galvatron. Okay, we'll turn him back into a robot now. Set up his laser cannons. Very cool. turn him back into his car form now. Set up the big laser cannon so FIREDRIVE can drive it. And there we go. One of the coolest Transformers in history. And Hotrod is going to be in the new Transformers movie coming out. So hopefully they do a good job with it. I know a lot of times the vehicles are totally different than the cartoons, but hopefully they understand what makes Hotrod cool and put a little bit of that in. So here is the modern Hotrod. Very cool take on him. He looks super strong, super awesome. And here's the original Hotrod. Very cool. And here's the awesomeness that's going to go on my desk. What do you got there, buddy? Is he cool?
Yeah.
Whose Hotrod is it?
Swivel, swings me all the way back.
Is it Dada's?
A little bit of a ball joint
Yeah.
situation there on the foot, mostly rotation.
No. And I want to play with
Yeah,
it.
there.
Okay.